You've probably grown up at this club, really, even though you won a premiership when you came here. How will you feel playing your last game?
Yeah, a little bit. You deal with emotions pretty early on, especially when you make a decision for a move early in the season. So, I think I've said it the last 3 weeks. I'm just going to enjoy my time here. Just day by day, what we do at training and around the gym, having a laugh, this, that. So, for me this week is just, don't change that. It hasn't been great, so, just put a smile on my face at training.
6 losses in a row. I think the last time you lost 7 in a row was in 2016. This was the year you guys came. What do you put it down to? Because we all played to Pride Round.
Just a cohesion thing. Lots of injuries this whole year, and just lots of changes. I think that disrupts team, just movements defensively with one another. We definitely haven't been great. We haven't even been close to great for the last 6 weeks, and I think we just. We keep trying, we keep turning up at training, and it makes it pretty difficult when you don't get results or things are not happening in the game, and it's quick to find yourself in that same slump of what you have in the last few weeks. So we're hoping to change that around this week, especially last game of the year, you want to finish on a high.
With you and Foz and Marty going, there's a lot of experience leaving next year. Leaving this year, is there enough here for the club to bounce back next year?
Definitely. I do think so. If they have a good pre-season, knuckle down. I think Josh Schuster's, declared himself out of the World Cup, which I think is a great move from him personally to, get his body right, get his mind right for the next upcoming season, because it's going to be very important for him. If they knuckle down this pre-season coming, no doubt I don't think they should have a really good year next year.
You want to play for the Kiwis, mate? Is there any truth in that?
Yeah, it is. I'm not going to shy away from it. I know I have represented Australia and New South Wales, but I think the last 4 or 5 years since I played in that All Stars, it's really opened up my, love of my heritage. And I probably, when I was younger, I discarded that. I neglected that part of me, just personally. But the last 5 years and understanding a little bit more through those All-Star games, it makes me realise that that's something I would like to do.
They said no.
Sorry?
They said no.
I'm not too sure. I haven't heard back. Just waiting to hear back. But, whatever the case is, I've got to roll with those punches, and it'd be something pretty great. This is going to be probably the last World Cup that could be eligible to play for. Getting a little bit older now, so it'd be something pretty cool to do, and get to represent the heritage of my background is something that I'd love to do.
Tell me what Des Hasler means to you as a bloke, mate.
Yeah, Des, he's been massive for me the last few years. Really looked after me. I think just as a person, not as a player, he's helped me a lot, but as a person, I've probably did most of my growing up here. It hasn't been roses, it hasn't been sweet, but I've learnt the hard way, and just being here and being in the position I am at this point stage of my life, it's I like to say that I'm really proud of who I'm becoming and who I want to be, and that's big thanks to him. Just believing in me and believing in what I was trying to achieve, and getting me help along the way.
In what way did he help you? Like, how did he to grow as a person?
I think it allowed me to be myself. Not too much guidance, not enough, not where he's, riding me, but he's definitely just guided me to be the person I wanted to be, with help, getting help with certain things in my life and what was happening. And, I just had to understand myself a little bit more and, be aware of the decisions I was making. And, at the end of the day, I was making decisions based on myself, being selfish, just the boys' decision. And, the last year or so I've been... the last few years of trying to make very conscious decisions of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to address myself to be like, and I think I can pinpoint it to him, and thanking him to making me become a better man.
Is he the guy that lead this club in the future?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I believe so. He understands it here. He understands Mammy. He understands a lot of things, and I've had a fair few coaches, and he's top of the list of who could lead a club, and I have no doubt with Desi leading this club forward is going to be successful.
There's always been a feeling that it needs to be a Manly person that coaches this club. All the premierships have come and it's been a Manly person. Why is that? What do you think that is?
I'm not too sure, mate. I only had Baz and they were straight into Desi, and I think just understanding Desi a little bit more, it's so methodical, which is good because it's black or white with us players. And, he'll back you no matter what. So for him moving forward, I think it's just, just get another pre-season. We've got lots of young guys, and not too many people think much about it, but we've got a lot of young guys that have sort of debuted the last 2 or 3 years, and, to get this experience of, last year where we finished pretty good and, made a prelim final, and then having the ups and downs of rugby league, and then coming into this season where, the season's pretty much done with 1 game to go, you can't make the 8. So, you got to use that experience of what you're feeling now to the desire for pre-season where you don't want to be, and that's been in this position again.